Hey everyone, Jay Cottrell here with eXp Realty in the Tri-Cities, and it's time for another Monday edition of Real Estate Talk with Jay. So last week was obviously month end for the month of March, so you're going to see a lot of changes in numbers, but again, we're looking at these on a more than just a week to week, but over the last 4 weeks so that we can get a good idea of where each month is heading instead of trying to look at everything through a much smaller lens. I'm trying to expand the lens a little bit. I'll also be releasing the month-end numbers on social media so that you can kind of see where so far the first 2 months of this year have put us in our local real estate market. But what do you say we go ahead and take a look at what happened over the past week? Okay, so over the past week, we added 181 new listings to the market. Now, one thing to note about those, I dug into that a little bit deeper because I was just kind of curious to see, and over a third of those new listings are already under contract. So that means that buyers scooped up a third of the new listings that hit the market. So that means a couple of things. That means, well, tell you what, let's hold off on that. Let's go ahead and look at the number of pendings, shall we? So there were 206 listings that went under contract last week. So that is slightly down, but also let's look, so that pending number, so 181, a third of that, so around 40, let's just say 40 listings, I don't remember the exact number. So of the 206, 40 of those were brand new listings that hit the market and went under contract. So that leaves roughly, what, 160 that were older than a week. We'll put it that way. I don't know how many of those are actually older than a month, but I'm going to look at, when I look at month-end numbers, I will calculate that for you, because my suspicion is buyers are kind of tired of the current listings on the market, which is why they're gravitating towards the newer listings. They're seeing something fresh hit the market that meets their criteria better than what has been sitting on the market for longer than that, and that's where they're going. But I can't really make that prediction until I really look at the whole month of February and see how many of the homes that went for sale in February also went under contract or closed in that month as well. So as far as active listings, we're sitting at about 1,007. We were, last week we actually went below 1,000 for the first time in a long time, but we're back up over 1,000 right now. But that's just a slight increase, really not an overall change in our inventory levels. We are still really short on homes for sale. If we look at closed listings, now that jumped. That was 156, which is a big jump from the previous weeks, but also not surprising. I don't know why, but most real estate agents tend to schedule their closings for the last week of the month instead of just, another time. That is not surprising that last week we saw a ton more closings than at any of the other weeks during the month of February. Now, if we look at that sales price, so of those 156 that closed over the past week, the median sales price was $241,000, which is up from previous weeks, but not a whole lot. And the median list price of homes that are currently for sale has remained steady. That's still sitting at $320,000. So not much change there. Now, price reductions, we have seen a little bit of movement here. If we look at those sold homes, 34% of those sold less than their original list price. So that means that either the price was dropped before they sold, or the selling price was below the original. Even if the list price hadn't been reduced, the sales price was below what they originally listed at. Sorry, got a little brain fog there for a second. So 34% of the homes that sold for less than their original list price. Currently, 39% of the active inventory is listed for less than its original list price. Now, of those homes that sold, what was the median price reduction? Well, that was 4.7%, which is a pretty big jump down from where it has been sitting. Now, my guess is a couple of things can happen. One, the market is tightening, so sellers and agents are not willing to do huge price reductions as much anymore. However, if the majority of the homes that are not selling are those that have been on the market for a while, then by a while I mean 60, 90 days or more, then you are going to start seeing some significant price reductions as agents try to help their sellers get those homes sold. But we'll keep watching that to see what it does. Now, I hope that gives you some insight into the local market. The one thing I do want to point out is just an overarching theme is pending sales are remaining, the pace of homes going under contract on a weekly basis is remaining fairly steady, as well as the pace of new homes on as far as month to month goes. The number of new listings hitting the market for sale is remaining fairly steady, and that's still putting a crunch on inventory. So we are not increasing inventory in any significant way, which is why prices are staying up and continuing to go up as well, though they have been at a much slower pace than we've seen in the past few years. How the rest of the year goes is kind of anybody's game, but my prediction, just like last time, is I think we're going to see continued tight inventory, which is going to put upward pressure on prices for at least the next 3 to 6 months. Interest rates, touched 7%, went above 7% over the past couple of weeks, which did, obviously put some buyers on the sidelines. But as those rates tend to fall, as everybody predicts, you'll see those buyers come off the sidelines, enter the market to purchase again, which will continue to put strain on an already low inventory market. So once again, I'm Jay Cottrell with eXp Realty here in the Tri-Cities. This was the Real Estate Talk with Jay. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the like button below, and also please share it with anybody, with your friends list, to make sure that they're getting up-to-date local real estate market information. And if you have not already subscribed to my YouTube and Facebook channels, please do so. That just helps their algorithms work in my favor so that this content gets out there for more people. If you know anybody that lives out of the area or out of state and wants to move here, please share these videos with them. That will help them get a good understanding of what to expect in our local real estate market, and hopefully help them choose me as a real estate agent when they come here as well. So along with that, if you or anybody you know, friends, co-workers, family, is looking to buy or sell real estate right now, I would really appreciate the introduction to try to help them through that. And you can do that one a couple of ways. You can just say, hey, I know a great agent, here's his information, give them a call. Or you can say, hey, I know a great agent, here's his information, do you mind if I have him give you a call? And then all you have to do is share that information with me, and I will call and follow up with them and see if we can sit down and make a plan together, whether that's looking to buy or sell a piece of real estate. Anyways, once again, Real Estate Talk with Jay. That's it for this week. See you next week.